Okay. Alright, we are on the struggle bus this evening, but that is okay. That is alright. Okay. Let me go ahead and make sure everything is all adjusted. So, I have an interesting problem. Closed-eyed Cozy is very familiar to you because I stole it. Oh. I have an interesting predicament. I have a smudge. The smudge did not want to go with Hydra. It was a big screaming match, so therefore I have a smudge. It's fine. She does not hate you. She just, she likes her mama. And thank you for the tier 1 sub. Fun thing that I have for everybody is that I now actually have, redeems, which is awesome. I see that Dan already got the first, which is actually really funny, because Kami was here, like, I don't know, 2 hours early? Being Kami? Kami says hi to you. Much, by the way. She's sitting in my lap. She's being a baby. So anyway, hi Dan, hi Kami, hi Poppy. Okay, 2 big sips. Alright, fine. Okay. No, we're not crying. We're not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry. When I eventually get paid, I will do that. That is just fine, Kami. No worries. Background noise is not audible if you have it. Okay, my bad. I want to cool down on sips eventually. You know, that's a good point. Yay! And subscribe. Woo! Thank you. Fuck off ads, yeah. I sub to evade. That's what you do. That's what you have to do. Oh no, no. We don't do that on Mama's stream. Hey, Gamma! I have a smudge, so if you hear extra, smudge noises, that's why. I just got double whammed with ads. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm officially an affiliate streamer. I'm sorry. Cozy, there's a golden kappa. I don't know what the bottle's ready. Hydra. The important.
Oh, fuck.
Hi, thank you, Hydra, for the biddies. I appreciate them. I do not understand the significance. What's the significance of a kappa? Of a golden kappa? It's rare? It's rare for a golden kappa? Well, why do I have a golden kappa? Oh. No. Hydra is taking the smudge. Yeah, let's not talk the child, shall we? Okay. Hydra has the baby.
Also, your first ever hype train being a fucking Kappa hype train?
Yeah. Which is great. Yay. Also, my first ever hype train, that's fun. There's lots of exciting things happening, including Smudge getting a bottle and not being a whiny. Thank you, Kami, for subbing. Hype. This is crazy coming back to you, by the way. Oh, no. And hang on, let me double check. I think the smudge is eating. The smudge is eating very happily. We're all good. Anyway, hi. I can't believe I'm already at level 2 hype train. That's crazy. Especially Golden Kappa hype train. That's also crazy. There's a lot of really crazy things happening. So this is my first stream back after giving birth. Giving birth to the Voidling. I have a couple of things. So of course we're gonna do cabin news as per usual. And on top of the cabin news, I will be doing like a basic birth story. Give birth. Get that reference. Nope. I get it. Good. Hydra. I'm overwhelmed. There's a lot of things going on.
Okay. Less win.
Thanks, Hydra. Be less whelmed. Will do.
I don't understand.
I don't understand how I could possibly be overwhelmed with having my first ever hype train. And a bunch of people, all of my friends. Whelmed. Yes. And I just spilled my tea. So I guess, while I'm waiting on the Golden Kappa train to be done, hi. So, spill the tea, girl. I did actually already spill my tea. So, I will start with cabin news. So, what I have to drink today is gonna be, I have a berry herbal tea, with no honey because I forgot to put honey in it. And I'm busy. So, I'm not gonna put honey in it. I also have some water because, you know, water. Let me see. What else do we have for news? Oh, honey. Yes. Water important. Yes. Hilariously, I don't know if I actually told you guys right before I left, but the green shawl that I was working on, I don't know if anybody remembers that. That would be this. Hydra, you don't have to type. You are indeed feeding our child. Oh my god. Okay, now I understand why you needed to type. Thank you. That's wild. I love you too. So the green shawl that I was making right before I left, it wasn't actually a shawl. This is a blanket for Smudge. So I was supposed to finish this before I gave birth, and obviously, Smudge is over there, currently getting a bottle. Whoops. So we're gonna continue to try to finish it so that I can eventually give it to her, and it can be one of her various blankets that she has. Because it would be actually upsetting. 30 seconds. Yes, I am looking at it. So it would be very upsetting if she wouldn't actually be able to get to use this. And I still have a lot of yarn to use for it. We're about to hit 10 seconds. 10, 9. Dan. Thank you, Dan. And there we go. Okay. Woo! Yay, first type train. Oh, what's in the chest? Batter up emo and Golden Kappa. Nice. Sweet. Sweet. Well, that's cool. Never seen that before. That's awesome. Will it get shiny? Yes, for 24 hours. That feels so special. I feel so special on my first stream back. So lovely. What else was it? Oh, yeah, so this is supposed to be for Smudge. And the yarn that I am using for it is Alliance brand, like butter for it, and I believe like a mint green. I can't remember exactly what color it was. And the hook size is 3.5. Why no kappa? I don't know, Kami. Why no kappa? Why no kappa for you? I don't know. You're a special bean, you ought to get a kappa. Capital, maybe. Also, I am only doing this I am only stitching in the back stitches, which causes it to have a really nice pattern, this really nice little ripple pattern here. And also because I'm using a smaller hook than what it's supposed to, capital K. There you go, comment, capital K. Because I'm using a hook smaller than what the recommended hook size is for it, I've got a really tight weave here, so Smudge is going to have a very nice, warm, cozy blanket. We're very excited. So, alright. Dance, yes, it is dance. Warm, yes. Yes, it is dense and warm. Warm and dense. Okay. So that should be the all of cabin news. Let me see. We also, I will be talking about, so BECs, also known as black-eyed children. I will be talking about those today, as well as the famous Squonk, because who doesn't love a Squonk? That's just saying. Squonks are amazing. Alright, and we're going to talk about BEC first, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew what we were getting into tonight. Squonk, yes, it's a Squonk. I will explain what a Squonk is. You'll be very excited. The baby, okay? Alright, I need to check on the baby. Baby good. Like a broken bike horn? Yes and no, actually. You know, that is both an accurate and inaccurate thing. Capitalist behavior, yeah. Okay. Alright. So, let me, I guess, start with the baby. So, this was my first time ever giving birth. Smudge is our first baby. Our first wee beb. And, I was supposed to give birth on January 1st. That was her due date. So, Smudge was supposed to be due on January 1st, and on December 31st, I started getting, like, crampy. I wasn't feeling too hot. Squonk kappa. Squonk kappa. So I wasn't feeling too hot. I was feeling a little crampy. I wasn't feeling too great. And basically everything that I found said that I was having contractions. So I, of course, got excited because, yay! My little voidling is about to be born. I messed up on my stitches. Yay! Our little voidling was about to be born. So I go through probably 8 hours of contractions. I had to take a sip. I went through 8 hours of contractions for a while. Did they show you the balloon and the ping pong ball? No. I just basically was told that if it became consistent for an hour, go to the hospital. Or if the pain became too unbearable. Because I had already kind of had some like pre-labor contractions earlier in the week. And what they said that was pre-labor. But I was having them every 5 minutes for, I think, 2 hours or so. 2 or 4 hours. I was having them for a while. So they just told me if the pain becomes too unbearable, just go to the hospital. So, of course, it is New Year's Eve. Everybody's having a great time. We're just kind of sitting there waiting because I'm having contractions. We're trying to relax, get things prepared. And then our neighbor shoots their pew-pew directly next to our back window. It scared the bejesus out of me. It scared me so bad. Oh. We have a burping smudge. Hold, please. Anyway, what? The smudge demands attention. Yes, the smudge actually has a gas bubble from the sole that she ate. I'm still mad at your neighbor? Yeah, me too. And attention they shall have. She does. She got whisked away to be burped. So the neighbor shot their pew-pew into the sky on New Year's Eve. Scared the absolute bejesus out of me. And it stopped my labor. So I have been having labor pains for 8 hours. Just for that to scare me so bad that I had such a bad panic attack that my labor stopped. So I was there at post-panic attack, just waiting for labor to resume, which it didn't. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit, but as we're going along, basically, I'm having contractions every 4 hours that are lasting about 4 hours, then they stop. I am back. They're contractions, not hiccups. They're not supposed to do that I know of. So here's the fun thing about contractions. Contractions are only going to happen when the mother feels like they're in a safe space for like their body to feel comfortable enough to give birth. Okay? That's why a lot of women go into labor overnight, because that's when your body's the most relaxed when you're sleeping, and that's when the contractions will start. So think of it as like we're back in the wilds, right? Do we have a burp smudge? A lot of burp. So think about when we're out in the jungle, right? Pre-house days and everything like that. So what would happen is that in the jungle, if you don't feel safe, what's the worst thing that could possibly happen to you while you're not feeling safe, feeling like a cougar is gonna come jump out at you and get you, or a puma, or is to go into labor for hours on end where you can't move and you're in ungodly pain. Bad idea. So it was generally evolutionarily best for us to wait until we felt safe with our tribe, usually at night, to go into labor. So because I felt so unsafe because a pew-pew was shot off directly next to me.
Sorry.
It's fine. You need help? So because that happened directly next to me, I became so scared my body had an evolutionary shut off and stopped all labor. So I couldn't get anything happening. I was done. It was done. So we had to wait. So fast forward 5 days. Okay. So I have not gone into labor yet. I've only been experiencing pre-labor terribleness of 4 hours in pain, 4 hours not in pain, and doing everything I can to be calm and relaxed, trying to get labor to start again. Which was not working, by the way. And then my doctor lets me know that I have to be induced because... Did you consider asking Smudge to stop being so rowdy during delivery? She doesn't listen to me. I don't know what you think, Dan. She doesn't listen to me. You don't listen to nobody. Nobody. Literally. She's sitting there looking at a screen right now, even though we're not supposed to have her looking at screens, but she don't care. She don't care. Unemployed behavior, TBH. Yep.
Butters.
She's cute though. She's cute. So, let me see. So, I was informed that I was going to be induced on a Wednesday. So, on Monday, I had completely given up on the trying to go into labor because it just wasn't happening. So, me and Hydra end the night kind of defeated, honestly. I've repacked the hospital bag, prepping for an induction. Just, it is what it is. Monday night happens, about 8 p.m. Oh great, more false contractions. Because, you know, I hadn't been experiencing enough of those already, right? But I'm like, whatever, I'm going to bed. On Tuesday, we were going to clean the whole house, get everything prepped and ready, because I wasn't going to be home for a couple of days, because induction generally takes, on average, like an extra, like 2 to 4 days before you give birth. So I wasn't going to be home for a while, so I figured, hey, let's go ahead and we'll clean the whole house, right? So that was the plan Tuesday. So 8 p.m. Monday, we're heading off to bed, going to bed a little early because I'm tired because I've been in pain all week. Take my okay to take sleeping pill prescribed by my doctor. Okay for pregnant ladies. Go to sleep. Wake up at about 3 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And it hurts. I'm having some bad contraction pain, but this is obviously just this pre-labor that I've been going through, right? So, I decide that I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice hot shower, get my muscles to relax, and get everything to kind of calm down again so I can go back to sleep. So I try to time the contractions, but of course, you know, you're in the shower, you're not really timing anything. So I'm in there, waiting. Give me 1 second. I had a cough. So, I get out, and I'm feeling poopy still, so I start timing the contractions again. And they are 3 minutes apart, and they are not calming down. They are exactly the same. They hurt, and they hurt the exact same amount, and actually are getting worse. So, about 3:30, that's when I wake up Hydra, and I'm like, hey, you should take a shower. Because I have this weird feeling that we're gonna go to the hospital today. Go see a smudge. If I was wearing a watch, I'd be looking at it very condescendingly right now. Yeah. Because this is Tuesday, 3 a.m. I'm supposed to be induced Wednesday at 5 p.m. So this is like the day before I'm supposed to be induced. So I'm mad. So I wake up Hydra. Hydra's like, are you sure? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I think you should just in case. He's like, okay, I guess I will. He goes takes a shower. I'm trying to run around getting things prepped and ready. Getting the cats ready to go. You know, just trying to like give them extra food, extra water, because I don't know how long this is going to take. Probably going to end up going to the hospital just to turn around and come right back, right? Whatever. So we're waiting, and we go ahead and gather everything up, and we start heading out. And at this point, it's like 4:50 in the morning. We start heading to the hospital. The front entrance of the hospital doesn't open until 8 a.m. So we have to go through the emergency entrance. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. So we go through the front entrance. I'm hurting at this point. They are getting strong contractions. They are now every about 2-ish minutes. They're very close together. We get in the hospital, they go to check us in, and the very first question that they ask is, how far apart are your contractions? And I'm like, they're about every 2 minutes. And they're like, oh, is this your first, is this your, like, second, third? And I'm like, no, this is my first. Oh, you managed to wait until they're 2 minutes apart to come in? Oh, I was sleeping. It's a good sleeping pill. It does a lot. It does really good stuff. I slept through the majority of my labor. So, they whisk us off to labor triage, which is basically a waiting room for people who might give birth, might not. They're going to do a check to see if they're going to send us home or not, or if we're going to stay. So, it's about 7 a.m. ish. No, it was earlier than that. It was probably like 6 a.m. They're doing the checks. They're trying to see how things are going. The contractions are hooked up. Yep, they're about 2 minutes apart. And I'm having really weird contractions. So in most people's contractions go like boop, boop, boop. Mine were going boop, 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 boop. So I was having 2 really close together and then like a stretch between. That's a lot of penguins. That's a lot of penguins, Steve. So, since I was having 2 contractions really close together and then kind of a space, they were like, But they said what was happening that they were really concerned about was that my water was bulging. So it hadn't burst, my water hadn't burst yet, but it was bulging. So it could burst at any time. So because of that, they were concerned and went ahead and admitted me. And then off to labor and delivery we went. With the stupid contractions going boop, 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 boop. So, during those 2, that hurt. That hurt a lot. That hurt like holy hell. I'm just gonna grow up to be one of those 3-4 drummers. Dude, I don't know. You could be. You could also be a soccer player with how much she was kicking. So, we go in there, we're doing all of the paperwork, and I have a terrible fear of needles. I hate needles. I cannot withstand them. I see them, I pass out. But they have to put an IV in because, you know, it's medically necessary if there's an emergency that I have an IV. So, they go ahead and try to find an IV spot. But I haven't drank any water since about 8 p.m. on Monday. Nearly 24 hours because of everything going on. So, because of that, they tried to find a spot to stick me, couldn't find it, had to call the other one. Your penguin bestie is the same way. Wonder if that's a neurodivergent thing. It happened to me when I got a shot when I was like 12, 13. It was a very big vaccine, and it was through like a really big needle, and it caused me to have such a bad panic attack that I passed out. And then ever after that, can't handle needles. So anyway, so they can't find a good spot. They call the like the manager of the nurses because she's really great at finding hard sticks, which was me. So she finally finds a vein. But the problem is that the vein is right here. Right in the twisty part of my wrist. But that's the only vein they can find. So they go ahead and put an IV right there. And that hurts, by the way. That hurts a lot. But not as bad as the contractions. Nope, hate that. Yep. It actually left a scar right there. It's 0 out of 10. Yep. So they put the IV in, and we're all just kind of sitting there. Hydra calls my mother. My mom comes in. And now, we're just waiting. I'm in ungodly pain. But I'm trying to do this all natural. Okay, that was my goal, was to do it without an epidural and without any pain medication. And then, the doctor comes in about 10 o'clock. Cozy out here just making me feel like I'm bitch made. I couldn't handle that. Just you wait. Just you wait. Excuse me. So, doctor comes in. She goes ahead and checks me. I am at 2 centimeters. Yeah. No, it was terrible. Hydra was doing his best to keep me calm through the contractions, but it sucked. It sucked ass. And because they were two so close together and then a wait, it was terrible. So, the doctor comes in and checks me, and I'm at 2 centimeters, which I had been at 2 centimeters that whole week. I literally had not changed at all from overnight until 8 a.m. So, she's like, ooh, Cozy, we're gonna go ahead and put you on Pitocin. Wife just casually putting up with shit that fooled me like an omelet. Omelette. I'm just gonna make fun of you for that. It was all of the mayor, correct? The mayor. So doctor's like, hey, we're gonna put you on Pitocin to try to even out my contractions. You guys try to do all omelet is hilarious. So we're gonna go ahead and put you on Pitocin to try to even out the contractions. So instead of sitting there going boop boop, boop boop, boop boop, she wanted it to be more the traditional boop, 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 boop. Except that one. So she wanted them to even out. I didn't really want to be on Pitocin, but I had to agree. Nothing was happening if I had literally been through labor that entire night, and now it's 8 a.m. It had been 12 hours, and I wasn't progressing. So fine, go ahead, give me the Pitocin. They give me the Pitocin and a shot of pain meds, which didn't do anything. And Pitocin hurt a lot. It made the contractions go from like an 8 to like a nice solid 12. Oh yeah. And I had withstood being on just the Pitocin without any pain meds for not long, I don't think. Hydra, do you remember how long I was on the Pitocin for?
Your whole birth was.
Yeah, before I got the epidural, though. I think I was only on there for 2 hours, though.
Oh.
It was a blur. Yeah, it was a lot. So, I'm thinking that I was roughly on just Pitocin for about 2 hours. And that hurt a lot. And then, eventually, I lost my shit. I couldn't withstand it. I needed the epidural at that point. I couldn't withstand this anymore. It was starting too long. I had no idea how much longer it was going to last. So I got the epidural. The epidural. Okay, so they make you sit on the edge of the bed while the anesthesiologist goes behind you. I have a ghost. You're going to use the ghost as demonstration. So you're sitting on the very edge of the bed. The anesthesiologist is behind you. And they're trying to find the perfect spot on your spine. It basically matches up with the bump on your front. So that you're basically numb from your bump all the way down. So she finds a good spot. And the nurse is like, okay, this is gonna hurt a little bit, but it's gonna be okay. They're gonna give you a local anesthesia. Anesthesia. Goes for scale. Yeah. Because no, yeah. So, they're like, we're gonna give you a local anesthesia so that you don't feel the needle go in. Fun fact about Cozy, I don't feel numbing. Numbing stuff doesn't work for me. It really sucks. So, they go ahead, they do that. That hurts just a little bit. I think, okay, we're almost done. No biggie. That can't hurt that bad. And then she sticks the gigantic needle into my spine. And a woo-woo, according to Smudge. And then she finds the nerve. The perfect nerve that will numb everything from that spot all the way down. It's about mid-back all the way. She finds the perfect spot. This sends shooting pains down into my legs. And I let out a scream. A pretty bad scream. Made Hydra, oh yeah, well I slightly bumped my shit earlier today, so yeah. Dan, I'll have Hydra time me out. Actually, can you just redeem the timeout one? You could just do it yourself. Anyway. So I let out a pretty loud scream, which made Hydra and my mother, who was just on the other side of the door because it's a sterile environment and they couldn't be in there. So they were on just the other side of the door. Lose their shit because they don't know what's happening to me. All I know is that I just screamed my head off. And I had the worst panic attack I've had in quite a while. So, because of that, I'm sitting there in ungodly pain. And they're trying to calm me down. Because what's happening is that because I'm having a panic attack, Smudge is not getting any oxygen. So, the nurse grabs me by my shoulders and goes, you need to calm down. You need to breathe. Your baby is in trouble. And of course, which that's all I needed to hear, I stopped having a panic attack and went into complete disassociation zen zone. I was focusing on breathing and nothing else. Yes, I was in ungodly pain. Don't care. My baby's in trouble. I need to breathe. So then they finished putting in the needle. Hold, please. Music stopped. Oh. Hey, Doc, do I gotta turn your penis into a pen was? Hydra's reaction, I assume. I don't know. I'll let him say what his... They were all female, actually. Yeah. I'll let Hydra say what his reaction was. So...
My reaction to you?
Yeah.
I wanted so badly to just barge the fuck in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wanted to come and save me and just try to help me through it, but he couldn't because it was a sterile environment. So she puts the needle through, I scream, everything's happening, I'm breathing, and that gives the anesthesiologist just enough time to finish the epidural. Then I get flooded with the epidural juices. And everything feels fine. The contractions go from a 12 to about a 2 on the pain scale. And then my family comes back in, my husband, my mother, and I'm just like, hey guys. Keep in mind, basically what happened is when they left, I was in so much pain I was crying. Screamed at the other side of the door. They came back in, and I was like, hey, how is everybody today?
I don't know what to do. Having fun.
So I'm just making noises. Sup, bruh? I'm having a baby. What are you dudes up to? Basically. And then I took a 3-hour nap. And in that time, of course, the nurse came in every hour to flip me over. I don't know if you can hear Sponge, but she's having a blast. Baby girl. So I take a nice 3-hour nap. She turns me over every 3 hours to make sure the smudge sound, to make sure the epidural is working. And then the doctor comes in at 5 p.m. Bless you. Bless you. So the doctor comes in at about 5 p.m. Goes ahead and checks. And I have now progressed from 2 centimeters to 5 centimeters in a matter of 3 hours. Which is great.
Wants to talk too.
Yeah, Smudge wants to have a conversation too, apparently.
You're not old enough for Twitch.
You'll get banned.
You gotta be like...
Something like that. So it's now 5 p.m. Gamma says hi, baby. You don't care.
Got nothing.
Yeah, nothing to say. No, she had a tiny giggle. So the doctor's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead. Kami says hi. She has a lot to say about that. So the doctor checks me. I'm at 5 centimeters. They're like, cool. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and head out to dinner. She's gonna finish her rounds and head to dinner since I'm clearly making progress, but it's not quick. I mean, granted, it took me 3 hours just to get up to 5, and I have to get to 10. So it's gonna be a while for me. So they go ahead and decide, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pop your water because at this time I had not had my water pop at all. My water was completely intact. So she said, I'm gonna go ahead and pop your water, make my rounds, and then head out to dinner. And I'll see you in a few hours. They pop my water, and the first thing that I noticed, besides the goosh, is that my epidural has run out. I'm gonna need more epidural juices for sure. So I go ahead and let the nurse know, hey, I'm gonna need more epidural juices, and she's like, oh, okay, I'll call the anesthesiologist. No problem. A little while later, I'm sitting there and I'm feeling this pressure. Pressure. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
Pushing down. Okay.
Anyway, so it's a lot of pressure suddenly. Okay. And then the nurse comes in. She's like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and put this little monitor inside. And it's basically just to track your contractions. Because they had a hell of a time trying to track it. So, the laborist comes in. Well, the anesthesiologist comes in. She's making noises. So the anesthesiologist comes in, refills my thing. She's like, okay, everybody, give it about 5-10 minutes, and then go ahead and press the button again, and the epidural will start working again. I'm like, awesome, cool. I have so much pressure. So much pressure. So the laborist comes in eventually, and I'm just kind of sitting there going, ooh, pressure, and the laborist comes in, she goes to checks, and she's like, I could put in this tracker, but she's at 10 centimeters. Keep in mind, my water had been broken at 5. I was now at 10 centimeters at 6 p.m. It had been an hour, and I had jumped from 5 to 10. Yeah. So, the nurse is like, oh, fuck. and starts calling my doctor. And she's calling my doctor. She's like, hey, you need to come back up here. I know you just said that you were going to dinner. You can't do that. You have to come up here. One of your patients is at 10 centimeters ready to go. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there going, and I'm at the time I'm going, is it time for me to press the button on the epidural thing yet? Cause I'm feeling everything. I don't want to feel everything. Where is that epidural button? Can't find it. Way too focused on the fact that this is hurting a lot. There's a lot of pressure. People are running around, calling my doctor 3 different times, and she doesn't pick up. The nurse is panicking. Oh my god, we're gonna have a baby here. And I'm going, epidural button? The button? And I can't really talk right now because I'm going through labor. So I can't really go, can somebody press the button? I'm currently just sitting there going, yes, Gamma. They finally get a hold of my doctor. She was in the elevator, so she didn't get any signal. Which is why she wasn't answering her phone. So she turned around, went right back up the elevator. And there she was. Everybody was ready to go. And they're like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and you're gonna start pushing. And I'm sitting there going, okay, button. And Hydra puts on my favorite band for me, which was incredibly sweet. My mother is holding my hand and my leg. The other nurse is holding my other leg. I'm pushing. I'm listening to the music and also going, I would really like the epidural button, but I'm currently in the middle of something, but the epidural. But please. Push. And Smudge is here. She gets flopped on my chest. Oh, thank God. I can't believe I felt the entire labor because nobody pushed the epidural button for me. So I felt the entire labor. But the problem is that Smudge, because she was so late, she swallowed some of her amniotic fluid. So she didn't cry when she first came out. We're all panicking. They're trying to clear fluids out. The void entered the material realm. Yes. So they're trying to clear out fluid. She's not crying. Everybody's having a little panic. The doctor's trying to stitch me up. And I'm just kind of sitting there waiting for my void to cry. And eventually, this little squeak of a cry comes out. And the immense amount of relief everybody feels from this little cry. Because, oh thank God, she's okay. And then they say to let her cry for a minute. Just to get the more gunk out of her lungs. Eventually she does. She's starting to actually cry now. And then she quiets down and she settles down onto my chest. And it's like one of those little happy bubble moments. Of I'm crying, I just crying, my mom's crying, all of the people around us, the medical staff is all trying to like do things, get things set up. And it's just this really nice little magical moment. And that's how Smudge entered the world. And then, literally, the shift change happened like, I don't know, 2 minutes after Smudge was born. And then we got whisked away to the other part of the maternity ward, and to basically recover. The hormones enter overdrive and overshadow the last few hours. Lol. We welcome the hobo. Yes. So in grand total, labor took 22 hours. From the time where they popped my water to birth was an hour, and the time pushing was 9 minutes. Oh yeah, that was a lot. in a very small amount of time. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to run ads right now. And we're going to go ahead and take a break.
First official ad break.
First official ad break. And then I'm going to go ahead and get on to our stories for the evening. Alright, I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, alright. We're back. We're back. Okay. So. Let me see. What are we doing now? We are gonna actually talk about our stuff for tonight. How about that? So, now that we are officially caught up on the smudge lore, we're gonna go ahead We're gonna do our story, which is gonna be, I'm doing a 2-for-1 today. 2-for-1 special for my return. We're doing Black Eyed Children and the Squonk. So with that, we start with Black Eyed Children. I actually don't have any pictures for this because this is one of those things, is that it's an exclusive. It's an elusive thing. I just got a bot. So, because the Black Eyed Children are kind of an elusive kind of thing, I don't actually have any pictures. We have drawings, but no real pictures. We also have Photoshop pictures, and none of which are ones that I want to show. So, just Black Eyed Children are exactly what you think they are. They are children with black eyes. Big shock. Hold, please. Alright, doing baby checkup. Okay, so this starts out as a nice little urban legend. Started in 1996 by Brian Bethel in his ghost mailing list, which is an email chain with his friends. So basically a bunch of friends got together, did this little email chain back and forth, talking about ooky spooky things. And we'll talk about his encounter later, but we're gonna start with the, we're gonna go down the timeline. So from oldest to most current of encounters with Black Eyed Children. So the most notable one, the one that I know the most about from this case, basically, I'm gonna call it the Vermont couple because I don't know what else to call them. So, a couple that was living in Vermont in the winter hear 3 little knocks on their front door. Vermont, you say? I say yes. Tiny break for smudge noises. Look, she's just a very happy baby. So, Vermont couple in the middle of winter hear 3 little knocks on their front door. They open the door to see 2 little kids standing on their porch, a boy and a girl. And they say, "Our parents will be here soon. Can we come in?" Gonna need a dedicated smudge mic at some point. Agreed. Kami seconds that. So the children say, with their heads down, by the way, "Our parents will be here soon. Can we come in?" The couple hesitated because this is kind of weird, but they're 2 little kids after all. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? It's cold, and they're just little kids. The couple assumed that the parents had probably had a breakdown on the road and sent the kids to find somewhere warm while they fixed their car. They let the kids come inside and they sat very politely on the couch. The woman went to the kitchen to make some hot cocoa, because who doesn't love hot cocoa on a cold winter's day? And the husband stayed with the kids and asked them some questions. This is a great stream. Oh, I'm loving this right now. It's because her mama is talking. And she knows when her mama is talking that she talks back. So the husband asked the kids some questions, and the children didn't answer anything. But who could be surprised? I mean, they're cold, they're scared, they probably just don't want to talk. I mean, they're in a house of strangers. Don't blame them. While in the kitchen, the woman who was making hot cocoa, the wife, notices that her cat is scared and hissing at the door. The cat is facing towards the kids, hissing. "May we use the restroom?" the little girl asked. The girl had actually looked up at the woman while she asked this, and the woman said wow, I typed this poorly. The girl actually looked up at the woman while she asked this. Bless you. Bless you. Are we done? Okay. The child looked up at the woman while she asked this, and the woman saw for the first time the eyes of these kids. Pitch black. The woman, stunned, simply pointed to the bathroom, and the kids walked that way. "Did you see their eyes?" she whispered to her husband, coming into the kitchen. He was holding his nose as he had a sudden nosebleed. "Oh, but it's cold and nosebleeds happen." Then the power went out, and it was dark. It was incredibly dark. The wife went to go check on the kids because, of course, kids in a strange house when the power goes out, it's probably really scary. So she walked down the hall to go to where the bathroom was, and the kids opened the door and simply said, "Our parents are here." They walked out the door, leaving, and went right through the kitchen, out into the living room, and out the door, leaving the front door wide open to the cold. The wife walked to the door to see two tall, thin gentlemen standing at the end of their driveway with a black car. The wife waved to the men and received nothing in response. The kids walked down the driveway, got in the car, and the four of them left. The power came on shortly after the kids left, and that was it. Or so they thought. The week after that was hard and very weird. 3 out of 4 cats went missing. The 4th, who had hissed at the children, was found in a pool of blood later. The man continued to have heavy nosebleeds and went to the doctor to find out that he had an aggressive type of skin cancer. And that was the end of that one. So that's the one that a lot of people know, and that's the one that's spread around a lot about the black-eyed children. It's ooky, it's spooky. I don't like it. So everybody basically says that this aggressive skin cancer that the husband had was most definitely from exposure to radiation from the kids. This is where the questions of an alien, maybe the black-eyed children are actually aliens mimicking children to see what they could get into, see if they could get into the room or not. And of course the cats, being cats, they would know that, hey, these aren't humans. Eck. Wait. This is just having way too much fun. So that's the one that I hear gets spread around a lot. Now this one, I couldn't actually find a source for. The next one, I couldn't find a source for. But I know I've heard this story before. And specifically talking about the black-eyed children. I couldn't find where it belongs, but I know damn well I heard it somewhere, which means it must have been from something. So, the one I heard about was a woman on Halloween night. She had just run out of candy and turned her light off. Now, if you're not from America, Halloween, you turn off your front porch light when you run out of candy so that kids don't come to your house and knock on the door just to find out that you don't have candy, because that sucks. Is she just having a blast?
Okay.
Oh, I see a yawn though. Oh goodness, I see a baby yawn. So she of course shuts off her light because no more candy, and she doesn't want kids knocking on her door. So she starts walking towards her bedroom, and she hears the doorbell ring. She's like, oh my god, I just ran out of candy. I'm gonna go tell these kids I don't have any candy. So she opens the doors to see two boys standing with black hoodies on. She told them that she was out of candy, and where are their parents? Because most time, parents follow. They quietly asked to come in and borrow her phone. She said no, but you could stay on the porch, and I can call your mom. They asked to come in again. She said no. Again. They just turned around and left. Now that's the short one, and that's the one that I've heard of before. I just can't find any stupid sources for it. That was like the most recent one that I had heard. Also, you could see why I did these ones together, because this is a very short story, and so is the Squonk. Okay. Now, let's go all the way back to Brian, who began this in 1996, right? So Brian sends an email to his friends in this email chain called something or other. The ghost mailing list. Okay. So Brian decides to write about his weird encounter to his buddies on this email list. So what he says in the email is that he had just gotten off of a late shift at his work, and he was in the process of paying a bill when two boys knocked on his car window. They had on dark green hoodies and looked at him with large black eyes. They asked for a ride to their mother's house so that they could get money to go see the last showing of the Mortal Kombat movie. Seems pretty innocent. They're just kids after all. Brian informed the boys that the movie had already started, and by the time that they got back, the movie would be over. The boys then asked if they could get a ride home. Brian almost said yes, but something told him to stop. He looked at the boys and said, no. One of the boys, the older one, began banging on his window. We can't come in unless you tell us it's okay. Brian started to drive off as the other boy yelled, "Let us in!" And he zoomed out of the parking lot. When he looked in the rearview mirrors, the boys were gone. Now, of course, here's where we come into the problem, is that this is a great, spooky, modern urban legend. We have a couple of stories of things happening with these kids. We have a couple of, like, little things, but we don't really have any evidence of them, but we have a lot of ideas. I was gonna say, is that the signal for Smudge to be off?
Yes.
Okay. Night night, Smudge.
Do you have anything to tell the microphone? Maybe not. Okay.
Smudge has nothing to say to you, traveler, so. Smudge is going down for a nap. Okay. The nap before bed. So, here's the problem with this. So, great urban legend, and all of these great stories, blah, 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 blah. I will tell Smudge night night. Because I have to feed her last bottle of the evening. So, the problem is, we don't know if it's actually real. We don't know any of this. What we do know is that Brian made an obscene amount of money over the Black Eyed Children legend. He actually ended up taking it, and it became a whole little story. And it eventually became a movie that bombed. See Smudge at 1 a.m. Ugh, maybe I need it done. I don't want to see Smudge at 1 a.m. I'm hoping if I feed her a 10:30 p.m. bottle, that she's gonna sleep at least till 4. Please. Please. So anyway, this movie was made that bombed, but Brian got his royalty credits because he had his original story. And a documentary was eventually made about his life and the encounter that he had, which he also made a lot of money off of. So it's kind of one of those like, is it real? Is it not? Don't know. It's a lot of fun. I must depart. The editor man is EP and might fall asleep. That is totally fair, Dan. Go to bed. You have a lovely evening. I hope you sweet dreams. And, yeah. I'll see what I could do about tomorrow to try to chat with you more about the project thingy. Potentially tomorrow. We'll see how Smudge does. Okay, bye Dan. Okay. So, that is Black Eyed Children. And this is also why we have part 2. Two of these, because if I ended it now, I would feel bad. So, we're going to talk about the Squonk. Now, the Squonk is probably one of my favorite cryptids, and you will soon understand why. I love the Squonk. Squonk is amazing. So, the very first sighting of the Squonk comes from a book published in 1910. And the Squonk is known for, well, just being sad. Now, the book is called The Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods. And the creature is known to live in, well, you guess it, the Lumberwoods of America. So, because this is basically a cryptid book talking about the cryptids of the Lumberwoods of Northern America. So, this book goes into a little bit of history about the Squonk. It basically says that the Squonk had moved around and started out in the desert and eventually moved its way up, finding its perfect place in the Pennsylvania woods, aka the lumber area, where they were cutting down trees. So, I am gonna explain to you what the Squonk looks like. And then I will show you a picture of the Squonk so that you may understand why I love it so much. Now, this comes straight from the book of the Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods. And it says, the Squonk is of a very retiring disposition, generally traveling about at twilight and dusk. Because of its misfitting skin, which is covered with warts and moles, it is always unhappy. Hunters who are good at tracking are able to follow a Squonk by its tear-stained trail, for the animal weeps constantly. When cornered and escape seems impossible, or when surprised and frightened, it may even dissolve itself in tears. William T. Cox. So, would you guys like to see the Squonk? Okay, right. That's the Squonk. This is another image of the Squonk. And my personal favorite image of the Squonk. I think it just lets you know exactly how sad this poor little baby is. Oh my god, yeah. This one, just like me, for real, same Kami. This comes directly from the book. This is the image that was in the book. This is like a later image of somebody's artist rendition. It's like an uncircumcised pug. Yeah. So anyway, so that was from the book. This one is an artist rendition of the Squonk, and this is another artist rendition of the Squonk, which is by far my favorite rendition of the Squonk. I love this little boy. He's just sad. That's all he's just a little sad little bud. I just want to give him well, not a hug. I want to give him a blanket and a pack of tissues. It's just a little thing. Gosh. It's just a little ugly looking little thing. I just want to give it a hug. Now, later on, okay, I'll give you a little bit more details about the Squonk here. It says that the Squonk moves slowest on moonlit nights, as they try their best to avoid seeing their ugly faces in puddles. Because if they do see their ugly face, they will dissolve in a pile of tears. That's the Squonk. And that's why I love the Squonk. He's just a little guy. He's a little guy. He's so sad. And he just is sad. And I just want to give him a little cup of tea. So, yeah. That has been the 2 shorter stories that I had for you today, which is why the Squonk was definitely one that needed to be put together with something else, and the Black-Eyed Children was also pretty small in and of itself. But I hope you guys enjoyed my birth story. Smudges, little coos and making lots of noises. She's very cute. She loves her mama and her dada very much. And she really is just... she's cute. It's worth it. It was worth the amount of pain that I had to go through. Pregnancy was not nice to me. I did not have a very easy pregnancy. And honestly, I am so much happier now that she is outside of my body. Because having a void inside your body, not very fun. Not very fun at all. I was actually nauseous for the full 9 months. I was actually nauseous for 41 weeks in grand total. And if you've ever been nauseous for a couple of days in a row, you understand that being nauseous all day for 41 weeks really sucks. Really sucks. I'm happy she's here now. And she's my little love bug. And she's my little smooshy. And you'll definitely hear more of her through my streams, because I will be streaming next week. I'm not actually sure what I'm gonna be doing next week. Ooh. Okay, here's the thing. We're gonna do closing cabin news here real quick. Whoop. Yes, whoop. So we're gonna do... okay, I'm gonna give you guys a choice. Either you guys can vibe with me while I do a research stream, where I research the next project that I'm going to be talking about. And we can have a nice little chit chat, talk about some stuff, talk about just vibing. You guys can ask me any questions, we can just hang out, do a working stream, whatever. Or I can talk about a murder that I have planned and scheduled out and ready to go. So those are going to be your options of what we could do. Let me see if I can do a poll. That'd be fun. I want to try to do a poll. Wait. Stream. Murder. Thank you, Gamma. I forgot when I type, I mute myself. I need to fix that. Anyway, looks like we're gonna do a work with me stream next time, which is great because that gives me time to do extra, get extra stories ready to go so that we can do more chit chatting. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of my baby. And I hope all of y'all have a wonderful night. I'm gonna go see if I can find somebody to raid. Anybody have any raid people idea? Anybody that they knew? I am searching people, but I don't know who any of these people are. Hydra, help. How did my raid thing never work? Let's sketch that. I don't even see. Yeah, you know, I'm having the same problem, Gamma. I think Grimmy, let's do Grimmy. Thank you, Hydra. No, Grimmy is very big, but oh yeah, Grimmy is very big. That's alright. It'll be okay. We're gonna go ahead and raid Grimmy. Just to give you guys somebody to watch. She's spooky though. She is spooky, just like me. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Grimmy, and we're gonna do... We're gonna do cabin raid as our message. Alrighty, y'all. I will see you guys later next week, and we'll do a work together. Okay? Okay, bye.
dust settles, when things start to wind down and people come out of their hiding places, that's